Everybody, this is Dream, and today we have a nice little 5 game NBA slate for you. Before I get started, can you guys smash that like and subscribe button? Hopefully, you all cashed yesterday. I did pretty well, actually. Did get some news at the right before the slate locked about injuries, and that really opened up some value on this slate on yesterday's slate. So hopefully, we kind of have a similar thing today, as there's not much to look at, but there's a lot of questionable tags, and that will definitely boost us later in the day, most likely. So let's go ahead and get into the slate. We'll get into the injury report first. For the Wizards, Poole is questionable and Wright is out. For the Blazers, Simmons is out and Williams is out. For the Pacers, Nesmith is questionable. For the Lakers, LeBron and Reddish are questionable, and Hakamara and Vincent are out. For the 76ers, House is questionable and Oubre is out. For the Pelicans, McCollum is out. For the Jazz, Markkanen and Clarkson are both questionable. For the Nuggets, Gordon and Murray are questionable. And for the Clippers, Plumlee is out. So we have quite a few question marks here, and those games will definitely have some openings and value if anybody's ruled out, which I expect several of them to be. So let's get into the plays we do like today. We're going to start with Joker. He's absolutely dominating the NBA right now, and he gets another fun matchup against the Clippers, who he just dominated a few weeks ago for 68 fantasy points. He missed a triple double there by 1 assist, and he missed a triple double yesterday by 1 assist as well. I look for him to go hard here. If Murray actually is back today, which I kind of feel like is a little bit unlikely, that could affect his assist numbers, but he still gets triple doubles with Murray too, and he's got a lot of potential in this one. His price obviously super high, but I would probably fade him a little bit more if Murray and Gordon are both available. But his usage has been off the charts lately. A contrarian option away from him is Embiid, as Embiid has played very well lately, and he gets a nice favorable matchup here against the Lakers. He's managed to do well against them in the past, and he has a pretty decent price and big ceiling in this game. This seems like the type of matchup he really likes, and he should be motivated to play pretty hard in this one. Then we're going to look at Tyrese Maxey, and I really like Maxey today. He's been a little bit up and down recently. It seems like his early season dominance has slowed down a little bit because he had some absolutely monster games early in the year, but he's still being really pretty consistent, and his price, while it is high, he has potential to hit it. He's got a lot of usage availability, and he's doing a little bit of everything, so that gives him a lot of potential. Obviously, he does need to score over 25% points to really have a good chance of paying off, but he's doing that most nights, and he has a lot of good potential in this game, which is more of a faster pace, not so much defensive game against the Lakers, and that gives him a lot of upside in this matchup. Then we'll look at Paul George. Paul George is probably the safest Clipper that there is. He's been very consistent, over 40 fantasy points in almost every game since Harden joined the team, and his role has remained consistent, and his minutes are pretty high. Westbrook going to the bench actually has helped him a little bit as well, just when it comes to being able to handle the ball a little bit more. Obviously, Harden does that as well, but George has been extremely consistent and plays a lot of minutes, so he's a very good option on the slate, even though his price is pretty high. Then we'll look at Brogdon, and he faces a really good matchup here against Indiana, who really doesn't play much defense. And it looks like he's back to full strength and full complement of minutes. And as long as that's the case, we know he has a super high ceiling. Even though he hadn't played a ton of games this season as a starter, he will draw the start with all the guys out, and he's still a pretty good price point for this matchup and for his potential upside. Then we're going to look at Mr. Turner for Indiana. Now, he's been very inconsistent this season, but this is a great matchup for him, a little faster paced game. He should get some rebounds in this one because there's going to be a lot of threes. I really do expect him to get a double-double in this one and have a lot of upside, though his minutes have been up and down, so do keep that in mind, but he's got really good potential in this one. His price has come up a little bit, but he's still a great option on the slate, and I think he's a great play, though he does remain a GPP play just because of his low floor. Looking at Jalen Duren for the Pistons, he's played pretty well as a starter this season. He started the first few games and then he got hurt, and now he's back, and it looks like he should be at full strength and a full complement of minutes today. So if that's the case, then he's going to be somebody that I really like to look at, as he's been inconsistent with his injuries, but as long as he's healthy, he's in a really good spot here. So I really do like his upside in this matchup, and I don't think Indiana is going to have much to do with him. Or sorry, not Indiana, Washington will have much to do to stop him. Then we'll look at D'Angelo Russell for the Lakers. Now, he's been pretty good in certain situations, and this is one where a faster paced game should give him some more potential. He faced two tougher opponents against Cleveland and Dallas, and that did slow him down a little bit fantasy wise, but his price has actually come down a lot, which is going to give him a boost. And if LeBron were to be missed this game, then he would become a absolute must play on the slate. And then Austin Reeves, finally, he's actually played very well since starting to come off the bench. His minutes are actually up a little bit because there's lots of questionable and out players out for the Lakers. So I expect him to have some good potential today. As you can see, since coming off the bench, most of his games have been over 30 fantasy points. He's only had one against Portland that wasn't. This is going to be a game where they're going to have to score a lot of points to stay in it, and so I expect him to go or try to score it, which he can do in situations. And this is he also gets plenty of peripheral stats, which help him boost his fantasy output. And so he's a great option on the slate. He is a core player right now. Obviously, there's going to be some potential openings for better core plays than him as the injury reports update and we get more better information about LeBron playing in Marketing and other guys. But I do like the slate okay. But I really hope that some guys open up to give us some value, especially in Denver with Gordon potentially being out and whether Poole misses for the Wizards. So we definitely have some upside in this slate, but there's some risk as there's not a lot of value, at least early on in the day. Right now, the best value play is Jalen Smith for Indiana, who has got very inconsistent minutes as you can see, but he does have some potential to play more in this game as it looks like he's back from his injury. So with that said, guys, thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below, and have a nice day, guys.